Greetings from Kesseböhmer USA's training center in Wilmington, North Carolina. This is the installation of the Dispensa Pantry by Kesseböhmer. During the installation, please refer to the mounting instructions that came with your product for complete installation details. Dispensa is a door-mounted system for tall cabinets with 9 available tray widths, heights up to 92 inches tall, and a heavy-duty runner that will hold up to 265 pounds. Dispensa is designed for a 24-inch deep tall cabinet and can be installed in framed or frameless cabinetry. Regardless of the cabinet's construction, the ceiling of the cabinet should be flush and the floor should not be recessed by more than 1/8 of an inch. Before beginning this installation, it's important to note that the cabinet should be secure, plumb, and level, and the floor of the cabinet should be strong enough to support the weight of the contents. Additional cabinet floor support is recommended for cabinets over 15 3/4 inches wide. The tools required for this installation are a level, tape measure, pencil, awl, a screwdriver, 3mm hex key, 4mm hex key, and a power drill. You will also need 8 panhead screws and 12 countersunk screws for this installation. First, we'll look at the door opening requirements. The width of the door opening should be at least 1/2 of an inch wider than the tray width you've chosen. The height requirement for the frame of the Dispensa Pantry is based on the clear interior height of the cabinet. Choose the frame height accordingly from the 4 heights available. Each frame has approximately 15 inches of height adjustment. The first step of the installation is to mark and draw a center line on the ceiling of the cabinet. Using the pre-applied adhesive dots on the top runner template, you will then install the template to the ceiling using the center line and the front of the cabinet as a guide. Punch holes according to the template using your awl. Finally, remove the template and using 4 countersunk screws, mount your top runner into position. Take note of the proper hole locations for the runner. Mounting the top runner too far forward will impede the closure of the door. Next, mark and draw a center line on the floor of your cabinet. Using the pre-applied adhesive dots on the bottom runner template, you will then install the template to the floor using the center line and the front of the cabinet as a guide. Punch 8 holes according to the template using your awl. Finally, remove your template. Separate the 3 components of the bottom runner by removing the packing band, then the soft open clip. You will then be able to separate the 3 components easily. Be sure to place the components on a clean surface. Using 8 countersunk screws, mount your first runner component into the pre-punched positions on the clean cabinet floor. Install the intermediate runner component and re-engage the soft open clip. At this point, it's best to double check that the runners are properly aligned in the cabinet and equally centered in the cabinet opening. Poor runner position will likely lead to poor performance later. Now it is time to engage the final bottom runner component. Do so by aligning the runner with the keyhole slots on the bottom of the frame and sliding until the green ClickFixx button clicks into the frame. It's now time to install the frame into the cabinet. To do so, tilt the frame so that the bottom runner that you just secured to the frame engages into the other components previously mounted into the cabinet. Next, extend your frame by loosening the set screws on the frame using the 3mm hex key, extending up the top part of the frame, and tightening the set screws equally front and rear once your frame fits firmly into place. This should be inside of the runner guide, leaving a 1/8 to 1/4 inch gap. In some cases, additional tray holders should be added to the top part of the frame in order to have trays in the upper part of the frame. Please see the Kesseböhmer catalog for more details on that step. In order to set the locations of the door brackets, we will need to measure the frame height. Take the measurement shown as A on the instructions and make note of it. Now we'll install the door brackets. Start with your door laying face down on a flat surface. Starting at the bottom of the door, find and mark the center line. Next, using your desired door overlay and the formula in the instructions, mark the horizontal lines. Aligning the door bracket into place with the reference lines you've just drawn, mark your hole locations and punch holes using your awl. Secure the bracket into place using 4 pan head screws. Next up is the top door bracket. Start by finding and marking your center line at the top of the door. You will then use your A measurement that you previously noted and transfer that measurement to the door in order to properly space the 2 door brackets. Once again, you will align the door bracket into place with the reference lines you've just drawn. Mark your hole locations and punch holes using your awl. Secure the bracket into place using 4 pan head screws. Now that your door brackets are installed, you can hang the door onto the frame. Extend the frame out and start by dropping the top door bracket into the frame and then aligning and engaging the bottom bracket into the bottom of the frame. Once the door is in place, be sure to tighten the center locking bolt with the 4mm hex key. Tighten the center locking bolt on the bottom as well. Note that the locking bolt will be inside of the frame on the bottom. If pitch adjustments are necessary, adjust the door using the door brackets. Start by loosening the center locking bolt, then use the outside bolts to make adjustments to the door position. Be sure to then lock the center locking bolt once the adjustments are satisfactory. Repeat on the top and the bottom as needed. To adjust the height, turn the cams on the bottom runner. Tilt adjustments can be made by turning the cams in opposite directions. To move the whole door up or down, adjust both cams in the same direction equally. Install the trays into the cabinet, starting at the lowest position. Note that you will want the open end of the tray at the front against the door. You will install by tilting the tray down in the front and up in the back while positioning it into the frame. Press firmly into place, but do not use the rails to press into place. Finally, cycle your pantry door fully in and out to test it and to make sure it's working properly. Congratulations! You've completed the installation of the Dispensa Pantry by Kesseböhmer. If you followed the instructions closely, you should find a smooth movement along with a soft closure and dampened open. Adding weight to the shelves should make for an even better operation. Thank you for choosing Kesseböhmer. For more information, visit us on our website at cleverstorage.com.